Be okay starting things and then being okay realizing that that might not have been your path. Like I say, for example, that's how I started making this YouTube video, or just this video in general. I had told myself just now, I don't really have much to talk about. But I'm thinking, it's not that I don't have much to talk about, right? Is I don't feel like forcing myself to speak from a logical space. So I don't know if you've went through this before, but sometimes we force ourselves to do things logically. So let's just say, for example, you've been reading a book about discipline and you want to get better at that character trait, that habit, right? In relevance to being disciplined, being consistent. So then you read the book Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday come, but you don't feel like reading it, so you force yourself to read it because logically, you think that if you keep up with what you've been doing for the last few days, the shit you felt like doing, that you're in the right space. I'm here to let you know that I feel like that's an idea of being traditional. Don't do things if you don't feel like doing it. And if you want to feel like doing it, transition slowly. Take your time creating that feeling and walk into it. So you walk in with a feel of passion. And then you'll be in that flow state. So when people watch you, you're not just looking to receive some type of validation or gratification. You're doing this from a space that makes you feel good. So, like for example, with my clothing, I design clothing naturally, and I do that more than I don't. And I have days where I don't give a fuck too. Like I didn't design today, but I have so many pieces. It's the idea of your feelings going against fucking flies. Your feelings going against the logic. Passion should support your logic. You have to feel through things that you love. So you can do them from a space of subconscious and it's not a job, right? If you gotta force yourself to be something, I'm gonna kill this fly. If you gotta force yourself to be something, it's an aspect of suffering. It hurts. It hurts. And I'm not talking about that thing you experienced when you were comfortable being a slouch and now you have to not be a slouch because you not being a slouch looks like what's beneficial for the lifestyle that you want. I'm talking about being able to channel that passion from a space of actually wanting to do it. Like I actually want to design, but I don't design every day. I design more than I don't, and that's enough. I won't ever try to pressure my talent and my craft to the point where now I'm just creating from a space of logic because I have to put clothes out. Nah, that's not it for me. Every piece that I create has to embody my soul. Every video I put out has to embody my soul. So you might have even had stuff that you were doing, like I had created something a while back, and I turned it into something called Emotions Made Easy. It was to help people with their emotions. And I could continue it, but I don't feel like it. And because I don't feel like it, I won't force it. My human design, I'm not supposed to force or initiate. I'm supposed to feel, be emotionally clear through my emotional intelligence, and then pursue things, right? So you got to be tapped into yourself and reflect on what's beneficial for you genuinely when it comes to what you're passionate about. And sometimes learn how to summon it. If you know you don't feel like doing a YouTube video, I'll go watch one of my old YouTube videos and see if that sparks something. If it doesn't, I won't. I'm not going to give you nothing that's not authentic. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm learning myself more. And I have to be real with my core. And that's the only way I can service you guys. I have to live my purpose and live my truth, and I have to balance that with emotional clarity, which comes from emotional intelligence. So knowing how to get yourself to do something from a space of passion and not logic, because I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to be great. You're just talking. And it's like, who are you fooling? You can't fool yourself. If you don't want to do something, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? I say feel through it, but if you know you don't want to do it and you're not going to give your authentic self, then why force that? You feel me? I say walk into it, and if it's a situation where it's hard, because I know I love making YouTube videos, but not from a robotic space. So I end up making more. I don't make a YouTube video every day. I think that's even a myth too, where it's like, oh, to be a great YouTuber, you have to make it every day. If your goal is to be a great YouTuber, try being yourself. I've received 15,000 views, 20 from doing green screens and reactions, and I realized that's not what I feel like fucking talking about. Know what I'm saying? I want to talk about things that actually help me, and then you can relate and go from there. So please be aware of what you're passionate about. Don't just be forcing things. I've always been that type of person. Like, I remember when I was growing up and I started my first clothing brand called Intent to Zoe. I had made it for scammers, or whatever the case may be. Then I moved on to Fits. And these were all my passions, and I just let them flow how they flowed. And now I'm at Asani, plus I have a child now, a beautiful lady, looking forward to marriage in the future. And I'm not just saying that, like, I can see that. You have to feel that and be that. It comes out naturally, and you know I'm not capping because you can feel me. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, do things you're passionate about. At one point, I didn't even like vlogging. You'll see some videos my lady will show probably later on. I'd be like, get that fucking camera out my face or some shit like that. And I'm like, why the fuck am I like that? Because I always vlog now, right? I know for me it's a form of unpacking. You know what I mean? And then I just naturally help people by unpacking what I feel genuinely. But long story short, or short story long, make sure your soul is into what you're doing. If not, it can be felt. It's like you being in a relationship. I had a friend of mine that was like, shout outs to my boy, he was like, he gonna marry a woman and love her cold-heartedly. And I was like, yo, bro, it's not gonna work that way. She's gonna notice. Women know when you're not putting in effort and you're just being logical, because you think you're supposed to be this and this makes her happy, when in actuality, you making her happy should naturally be making you happy first. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother topic. But lock in your passion, be authentic, and the universe is somewhat like that also. If you're not authentic to yourself and doing it from your soul, the universe won't bless you. You understand? I know that's it in my case. You'll become more abundant when you do things from a spiritual space, because abundance starts with a mindset, and that mindset starts with your inner core, your soul, your heart. Make sure your heart is into it. Like I rap, my heart is into that. And when I don't feel like rapping, I don't rap. I'll go read. If I don't feel like reading, I don't read. Because if I don't feel like doing it, why am I forcing myself to keep up with it? Now I'm enslaving myself. Peace, love, follow, like, subscribe. Be happy because you can. Feel through that. Yeah? Yeah.